Thank you to Boxu for sponsoring this video, more on them later.
A new evolution might be coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and here is why. A new trailer for these games might be dropping very soon. Ow. Also, this is not an Eevee. This is a Lucario for whatever reason. Peace out. Either way, let's get into the content. So I recently watched the Pokemon Master Journeys anime with my fiance Yolene, and we both noticed that after Chloe receives her Eevee during the episode, Go mentions that there are 8 possible evolutions so far being found for Eevee. Emphasis on the word so far right here, okay? Keep that in mind. This made me wonder. It has been multiple generations since we last received any sort of evolution in Pokemon, with Sylveon being the last one way back in X and Y. Could this be the time we finally get a brand new one? So this little mentioned by Go could hint at a new evolution, and this wouldn't even be the first time, given that we've seen hints in the anime in the past, such as this frame right here from Sun and Moon, which hinted at Galar in the background. So keep that in mind. And I also mentioned that there might be a brand new trailer coming, and this comes specifically because of this one post that we noticed. So the thingy that we saw is this post about an update that has been done to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet playlist on YouTube. Now this playlist is the one that features the trailers, the updates, all the things to do with Scarlet and Violet should be in this playlist. And guess what? It was updated today on Wednesday, which is really weird because that usually only happens when they're planning a new trailer. Now that trailer could be tomorrow on Thursday as of me recording this video, or even next week that they're already planning ahead of time, because we are getting into April now, which means it is time for a new trailer or update for these games. But if evolutions are not of any interest to you, and perhaps you don't care about there being a possible trailer or you don't really believe it, then you might be interested in this one rumor that's been popping up on 4chan quite a bit, which talks about the possibility of there maybe being new regional variants in particular for this game. This post right here on Reddit specifically talks about this kind of list that was put together by SV Guy, or the guy called Scarlet Violet Leaks. Nonetheless, this guy is what's basically saying here that we're going to be getting these following Pokemon as potential regional variants. Now, Meowth and, in this case, I don't really know if that's going to happen because Meowth is a Pokemon that's already gotten so many regional variants. It just seems a bit ludicrous if it got another one. That would be like the 3rd one in a row, which I think would be a little bit too much. Then Vanillite and its evolution stages could actually possibly be getting something. Here it seems like they're hinting at a ice-fire type, which seems a little bit too extreme. Then an ice type, I think, for Poochyena and Mightyena, which are kind of underrated Pokemon. And Gen 3 hasn't really gotten a lot of representation in terms of regional variants, as far as I know. I mean, we did get, like, what, Zigzagoon and whatnot getting a little bit, or actually Linoon in this case, getting a little bit of attention and whatnot, but that's like not even related much, so I don't really know. What do you guys think? And also, of course, we have Bronzor, Bronzong in this case, with I think the possible typing changes here not really making a lot of sense to me. We have Wooper and of course Quagsire, which look to be changing to a fighting ground type or fighting like fire type, which is really weird. Don't really know what to think about that one. Then we have Sprigatito, which is being suggested to be a fairy grass type or a grass fairy type, with Fuecoco being fire and I think dragon, and then Quaxley being water and steel, I think. I might be wrong here, or water dark. I think that's the other possibility. And then there's 2 brand new Pokemon, which they don't really show off here, that are some sort of bird that seems to be vice versa of itself. Then we have Tauros, which would be changing into a pure fire type in this case, I think, or maybe a rock type. Doesn't really end up being super clear, but it is what it is. Then we have a spider Pokemon, what looks to be 2 weird cow-looking things, and a Quagsire again being mentioned, which I don't really know what's going on right there. It's just a bit odd. But this is one of the posts that was made. There is another one. This other post is quite long, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look at the list here. It is massive. So we're gonna go through the regional variants on the bottom and see what they're actually mentioning here. So the first one is Tauros, which is gonna be getting a normal fighting typing according to this, with Anger Point, I guess, being its like ability in this case, with Excadrill also being included with a ground rock typing on it. Then we also have Azurill with electric and basically nothing else as a secondary one, with Marill being electric fairy and Azumarill being electric fairy as well. Barboach is also included with a water ghost typing, and Wishcash with a water ghost typing for its evolution. Then we got Wurmple, which is ground and nothing else. We got Helioptile, which is a fire dragon type, which that would be really whack if that was true. And then Togedemaru with ice steel, and Heracross with bug grass, which that is a really weird one. I don't really know what to say. Some of these seem really strange and a little bit out of the blue, like just not super logical, but we're gonna go through the rest of the list with some of the other Pokemon right after this.
This video is brought to you by Boxu. Boxu is a monthly subscription service that delivers premium Japanese snacks and tea pairings straight from Japan to your door. Now, each Boxu features a new theme, providing a sort of gourmet journey through Japan every single month. Now, this time around, they are having the limited edition Sakura Season Box. This one is themed specifically around the Sakura season, which is every year where Japanese cherry blossoms bloom all across Japan and people celebrate by gathering gathering under trees for hanami, which is flower viewing and enjoying picnics together. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's just kind of the perfect time to maybe have yourself a box with limited edition cherry blossom themed snacks. And of course, as mentioned, Japan isn't easy to get into right now, so this box is a way for you to experience the Sakura season at your own home without worrying about travel and such. So, personally, I've been wanting to travel to Japan for quite a long time right now, and especially with everything going on, it's kind of impossible. I've loved Japanese food, and I've been wanting to go there for a long time, and I haven't really had the best opportunity or the best place to buy Japanese snacks. And this is one of the first ways I've been able to actually experience it a lot better. And I already had myself quite a few tastes of these, and my personal favorite out of this box specifically, the Sakura Season Box, has got to be the Ichigo Milk Marshmallow, which are these like strawberry flavored marshmallows, which are so different from anything I've ever had before. So I really enjoyed that taste, and of course I think you guys may enjoy it as well, which is why if you want to have your own Sakura Celebration box from Boxu and support my channel along the way, then click the link in the description and use my code ROWLET to get yourself $15 off of your order. And you can see the code on the screen right here if you want to type it in, and of course there's a link down below in the description where you guys can click to go right now get the limited edition Sakura Season Box as well as future other boxes from Boxu. And that's going to be it. Thank you to Boxu for sponsoring us. Let's get into the rest of the video.
Some of the most interesting ones on this list have got to be the starter Pokemon's names and evolutions according to this person. But he says this: Sprigatito would just be grass with its evolution, Hojato being also grass, but then you have Arbolince, which would be a grass fairy type with the ability Overgrow as well, keeping on there. Then we have Fuecoco, which is fire, but then its actual second stage would be Inferno Drillo, which would be a fire steel type, and Resprandrillo, which is a really difficult name to name, but it's what it is. By the way, it's a fire steel type as well. Quaxley would be water and then nothing else. Pirato would be its middle stage evolution, and Kurvakon would be its final stage, would be a water fighting type. And now a lot of people have been pointing out they think this is fake, mostly because of one important thing, which is the reliance on making the name sound super Spanish, which is what they consider not to be realistic, because why would they do that? They don't do that with every game. But they do actually try to make the names oftentimes sound more similar to the Pokemon that they're based on or the real actual animals they're based on. So that's not totally out of the, realm of possibility, so to say. Then they go into a Pokemon here called Kamenoli and Terranoli, which is a normal and normal ground type, Hopatilla, which is a flying type, and then Albexiox, which is a fighting flying type, and then Honetazo, which is a fighting flying type. No clue what these could be based on. Waspro Medio is a bug type, with its evolutions being Avistone and Ignespi, which is bug, bug rock, and then bug rock again. Picato Mate, which is a grass fire type. Tamastasku, which is a grass fire type. These are some really difficult names. I would have to try like 100 times to get them right. But we also have Osmonilento, which is a normal type, with Galvanabra, which is electric, and Ibletrica, which is a electric fighting type, Peraton, which is a fairy type, Chihida, which is ice normal type, which is actually quite interesting typing there. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a bit of a twist. Then we also have Congelahua, which is an ice normal type, and then also Cuvelazion, which is a rock type, and Rocantada, which is a rock type as well. But these are, again, I do agree though, these are very Spanish. Like, these are very Spanish sounding names. And I don't know if these would be changed later on, if these are the final names. It does say final on the top here, but that still is, subject to change. Let's just say like that, okay? Like, it's always possible they could change things around. They could add other names. You never know. Those were the leaks, those were the rumors. I will see you next time. Here's another video.